All right, let's go. Let's do this. This is my matches against Rain in the ranked tourney. This is the second round, and it was a best of 5. And so, um, this first match is the only one that I rewatched. So, the rest of them will be a little bit more improvised. Um, let's see what I do here though in the overworld. I don't really remember rewatching it too much, but okay, yeah, I have TNT. And so I decided to go back to the trees and play the TNT at the trees. And what he did was play the wood from the shipwreck. That's like a difference in our route immediately. I like the blocks that you get from the trees, and I like the time save, just not having to like not having to punch logs, and I have extra. And then the ravine I thought was right here, but I'm not sure if it is. Um, so okay, if that was real, it would have worked out. But then it wasn't real, so maybe you could argue that his play is better because he he's closer to the enter. But I ended up getting this gold block here. I don't always do this, but if it's like right in the way, then it's pretty nice to do. Obviously looting the ruin portal for the light is important. And now I'm like in with like lots of stuff. I'm only a bit behind because he just entered Nether, and I have an extra gold block, I believe, and whatever else extra, like armor. So I'm not feeling in a bad spot. I think like I have blocks, so I'm playing a little bit more consistent. I have more like to like time save on the terrain to bastion. This is just like a super linear nether. I mean, I spawned like on the fort, and then I see the bastion in the distance, and I'm like, I have all these blocks, and like I didn't need to use them, but I wanted to use them because I have all these extra blocks, and I'm trying to get any little time save I can get out of them. So I do a staircase there instead of just running up the terrain, which I think is a little better. And then I'm in the bastion like 10 seconds behind, and I'm just running a clean manhunt route. Manhunt's always good to do in ranked, and it's just like an internal route. This zombie pig like messes me up really bad. Just stalls and AFKs in front of everything, so I start tossing a bit of gold just to be safe, and then I box the zombie pig in. That's pretty correct in terms of how, if you want your route to like succeed, because if you ignore it, pigs will be able to push through, but then you're kind of just banking on um, whether or not like the zombie pig will wander away or wander worse or whatever. So doing that just guarantees that you're gonna get all the pigs that you wanted, and you're good going for. And so now I'm in bottom treasure, and normally what I'll do is I'll get backups I'll get the backups before I even start the route, which I think is just a nice thing to do. It's just a nice ranked play. But here, I thought I had an extra gold block, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the regular route because he's probably not gonna get backups, and then it bit me because I checked those trades and I only had one pearl trade, and I knew I had golden carrots, so I didn't want to mess with that too much. Like, I wanted to get golden carrots just because like they're nicer food than bread. In hindsight, like that's not like a good point of my decision making, but I ended up getting the backups, and they were necessary for the extra pearls. And so now I have all these pearls and 17 obby. And the other thing about getting the backups is it's not even just about uh pearls or whatever. It's also about obby. Like if I had gotten obby out of there, then I would have saved a lot of time. Um, I only have 17 though, so now I have to go to top chest and check, and Rain's already in the fort, so he saved like 30 seconds on this bastion. I had a zombie pig, which wasn't my fault, and then I had some other like I got the backups basically, and that's my only time loss. And I don't know like if he did a different route than me or something, but now I'm like, damn, I'm way behind. I feel like so much was in my head at this point because like thing is like I've always kind of, I don't know, I just have been playing ranked so much and it felt like I should just, I mean, I had the highest elo. I felt like I should just be the best or play like the fastest out of everybody, and Rain didn't play a lot of ranked, but he got top 8 at the end of the season and got into the tourney, and I was like, damn, I'm just like playing slower. And so I'm like in my head about that, and I think that I'm just playing these seats so awfully, and that trend of me thinking that I'm playing really bad continues. Um, this seed, I don't even think I played that bad up until this point. I don't think I did very much wrong, but maybe just like, I don't know. It's just difference in decision making, which could have paid off for me and didn't necessarily, but by the end of the seed, you'll see it did actually pay off. I start my first portal early. I have a blaze bed. The one thing I want to say about this fort is I don't think I would play it the same as I do here. I start my first portal early and I blaze bedded and I got my spawner completely cleared out, but I didn't play the strays as early as I think I would have nowadays. Like the difference, maybe I'm just nervous, maybe whatever, but like the thing is about that is like if you have strays shooting you constantly, they're just gonna be hitting your spawner and they're gonna be ruining all your spawns. So you want to get rid of them. Firstly, just because they are okay. I played this really bad. I got a break and didn't realize and went down. So now this was just all time loss because I have to get an extra rod anyway because I got a break and I'm not leaving on 10 or I'm not leaving on 11, I mean. And then also I get my boat there late. It's just like that was sloppy. I think this was like compounded like off of my like thinking that I was playing slow and then I just continued to play slow. Because I make a big mistake later on in the seed. I drop my bread, which is fine. 5 golden carrots for like the back 30% of the run is just fine. And then I get 2 rods there, and then now I'm pre-crafting, which is good. But I just have so many strays that I've just never really touched or dealt with or anything, which is just kind of weird. Especially I think they're not in the same direction of the stronghold. I get these, and now I have enough rods, and now I have to just go. I pearl once to the right, and I don't remember my exact angle, but I know that I take this terrain wrong. You'll see here, like, it's pretty walled. I could either go down and right or up and left, and I choose up and left. Down and right isn't much better, but up and left just, like, okay, I messed up, bro. Up and left is just like, you can kind of tell that this is just going to slant upward and upward until it hits the ceiling, and I'm not going to get anything that, like, I'm not going to get anything out of going up here, and that's exactly what happens. So it was pretty bad. Now I'm trying to, like, get back, and also the other thing about the other way is, like, it's good to follow terrain, but also it's good to try and follow your angle as exact as you can, and that other terrain was just on angle more than this one. So now I'm going for some gold picks because I'm like so deep in the wall. I have to like do inventory management. I have 7 pearls. I want to save 3 for 0, so I have 4 pearls, and I'm just gold picking. I'm at 102, so there's no hope of me hitting any terrain up here. And so I head back down to see if I can try and have something open up, but like I'm still at way 90, and now Rain's in the stronghold. And this is when it's like feeling really bad, because like I was slower to the fort, then I blinded first, but I had not enough rods, and then I was way slower on finding this terrain, and I just felt like I was just playing terribly, and I think that, yeah, compounded more and more and more, and I just kept making more poor decisions. Right here was a good decision, though. I see this lava all the way down that is open, and I think that there's terrain below me. That was just a bad pearl. I just did not know where I was going. That speed bridging there was just me thinking about where I was going. Also, now I'm on 3 pearls, and I am like 10 blocks away from cords, and I throw another one because I'm only thinking about food, and then I am now on 2 pearls, which is not very smart. Rain still hasn't entered the end, so I'm like, okay, I actually have a chance here. I don't know what happened to him, but I feel like nav normally doesn't take that long. Um, what actually happened was that he just didn't have enough eyes. He overthrew pearls exactly like me, or I think, and ended up being on 11, and it was a 0, I believe. Or maybe just left on 11 rod. I can't remember, or 11 powder. I can't exactly remember, but I grabbed that single piece of bread because it's just nice for 0. You want to have like saturation if you can, especially for difficult zeros, um, and bar zeros. I got a spike mid and then it doesn't work, so I kind of okay. Oh no, you know what? This is what happened to me. I was thinking he's still navving. This nav is hard. That's what I was going on in my brain. He's still navving. This nav is hard. Um, and because of that, I was making basically just wrong decisions on this nav. I haven't been paying attention that hard on the nav, but like I'm just like running around. I see this random like wall, and I think it's the portal room for some reason, but I'm so deep right now, and um, it's just like bad. Like I just shouldn't have done this. I mean, I don't know if I should assume that he doesn't have enough pearls because we did like I noticed that I only got my pearls from the backups, and Rain left the bastion too fast to have gotten the backups. So I can know that he probably left on 13 pearls, and if he got to that stronghold that fast, then. But either way, like eventually I just found it, and at this point I'm so far ahead, I just need to not fuck up. And so I pearl once for 0 with an overhang, and it's just a back dragon, and it's tall, and I don't know, I just gave up before I even sent that second pearl. But this game definitely just, I was playing fine at the first half, and then I started fucking up in the 4, I started messing up a little bit in the, on like post blind, I definitely started messing up. I shouldn't have grabbed my eye and all of that kind of stuff, and those were just like mistakes, and I think a lot of it was mental game of just thinking I'm playing worse, and then it's causing me to play worse, and so I that's definitely like good to kind of try and completely um, cut out because obviously it just bad to play worse. Um, let's think if I don't think there's like anything interesting in this unfight. It's just a perch, and obviously I guess I didn't even half bow. I probably just didn't have arrows from the bastion, which is just happens. Also, I have a lineup here so that I can do my beds consistent every single time, even though I just mistimed that third bed. But I get the 1 cycle off, and now I'm not even feeling that good because I wanted to have it like I wanted to. My kind of thought process with these matches is I want I want to create like Feinberg basically is hosting and giving away money, and that causes hype, and that causes people to really try, and like the payment that I can give back is good matches, is good play, and so that gets in my head, right? Because now I'm like, I'm not playing good. I'm not like proud of myself for this play. I'm not. It's not exciting for the stream. Whatever. Um, and that mental is just like it's bad if it makes you play bad. I think like it's fine to think, okay, I want to play really good for myself and I want to play really, but if you're getting really in your head about playing good, then you don't want that. Yeah, I start tweaking out here. I thought I placed the TNT, but I actually placed the pressure plate. I dropped the sword. Something different that I do in this overworld. Also, always grab apples. That's very important. Always grab apples that drop. Is I make a gold axe here. I got in the habit of making a gold axe every single time I had a diamond sword because why not? It's just a time save is what I thought. But thinking about it more now, I realize like the time save that you get from the axe is how often do you use it? You maybe break a chest in the bastion like a quarter of the time, and you break your crafting table a few times. You already use TNT. I already used TNT at the start here, and so might as well just make an iron axe. There's no real point of the gold axe. Gold axe is worse for killing blazes, and you would just get 3 more gold for yourself. So nowadays I would make an iron axe in this situation. Here, I go to the wrong ravine, and he goes to the right one. Now I'm a little bit behind already. I don't know what I did exactly on this seed, but um, I mean, I probably just didn't beeline the enter as fast, and I'm not that far behind, but I'm definitely like a solid 10 seconds behind. Maybe I was slow on the BT or something, but yeah, he is in another faster, and now again I'm feeling that like, oh, I'm behind, I'm playing bad. Even like after all this gravel farm, now I'm like 15, 20 seconds behind. I dropped my bucket. That was just an accident. Also, with that portal, one thing that I want to say is ghost buckets are always your fault. So those ghost buckets that I was getting are my fault. Or like, not ghost buckets, but cobble gens. Cobble gens and ghost buckets are always your fault. And so I was getting cobble gens there, and it was just because I was mistiming it. This terrain here to the bastion is like, whatever. I kind of think, I've been thinking a lot about terrain, and going up is very good for getting past terrain. Like, you always want to go up. But in terms of speed, if you can choose going up or going straight will always be faster, because just is taking you where you need to be quicker. So I try to like take that lower terrain underneath and kind of curve around, and that was fine. I think that was good. I'm still now like 20 seconds behind, and I'm trying to make something happen here. I think I have a double, triple. Just trying to start this route as fast as possible, and I hear a pig aggro. I'm wondering where it's gonna end up, and I have that piece of gold on me to be careful and be safe, so I break it. And it's just the normal double, triple route. There's not much to say about this, although I will say, like, normally I drop that gold stack before breaking that dirt, so I don't have to double break the dirt there. That was silly. And I hear one pig drop, so I kind of want to wait for it. It doesn't end up dropping. I block these off instead of doing like fire like some runners do, or block off like the inside here, because I think it's just cleaner. You just don't have to deal with pigs ever. And then I open up this and place a block there. That block has to be in that specific spot. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I think it's better there. Some runners place it one block farther back, and I think what happens is sometimes pigs that fall down and path there don't go in the hole, they go past the hole and just wait around. So it's good to place it against like the corner of the hole so that they get blocked and then they see the gold in the pit and just find their way in, or water their way in. I send a pearl hang. The pearl hang is just like a random kind of throw that I wanted to do before I go back down to my trades. I probably could have done a better one. And I loot this chest, gets me 20 obby. Nice, that's really good. I'm leaving this bastion, I'm entering the fort, and I'm like, okay, I played that solid. All around, that bastion was just good. I sent a second pearl here, that's decent. And I'm looking for the third pearl, and I start dynamicking from way back because I want to force any blazes close to spawn. This was kind of a mistake. I'm not 8RD, and as you can see to the left, for just like a fraction of a second, there was the blaze spawner. If I was just more aware, then I wouldn't have had to run all the way through and make this U shape around this back to the spawner, which is just silly. And also, I could have seen the spawner from spawn. It's just like a lot of things where if I was paying more attention, I would have had a little bit, I would have had these little time saves, like going directly to the spawner and going like just like or at least not had the little time losses, like having to travel around in that U shape or sending some kind of weird pearls. I send the backside TNT, which I like. It's not that different from a side TNT, but as long as it's raised, it's good. I like the back one. Oh yeah, and I see my portal down there. I wouldn't have remembered that, but I spotted my portal there, and so now I know, like, my home portal's right there, but I have 20 obby. So I'm thinking, I'm just gonna pearl away and hope I don't get caved, because with the ranked mod, you basically never get caved, and I don't want to use my home portal because I know I'm gonna have to like swim up and do all this shit that you have to do for educated, which is just like bad. So instead I want to go for 20, and so I want to pearl away. I prepare to make 10 beds here, so I really clear out my inventory. I only have enough wood for 7. This is like always a really weird thing for me. Oh, I didn't notice I had enough rods there, by the way. I just was... the thing is, though, like, it wasn't actually a time loss because pre-crafting can be done whenever. There's no correct time to pre-craft your beds and anchors. If you have any overlap, then that's good. So ideally it's at the blaze spawner, but I was already done blazes. Normally, like, when you do it is in the portal room, and the portal room has no overlaps. You're just kind of filling in your eyes, so if you can get any overlap for your pre-crafting, then that's good. I get caved, of course, so now I'm building up, and it's like it's a big time loss. But also, I noticed Rain's never entered the fort. This was just like, damn, now he made the mistake, and he's playing bad, and he died in the bastion somehow, and okay, whatever. Now I'm just thinking, okay, I basically have this win. I'm just gonna play my game, and I'm just gonna focus up and try and play the rest of this run clean. That was a really slow eye measurement. I do full eye now. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, like slow to react. I think I want... Okay, I get a sheep here, which I think is fine. There's only one sheep, but it might mean that I don't have to hunger reset, although I have only an apple, and I have to get... How far is that? 2k blocks, so I'm probably gonna have to hunger reset. But it probably makes my purling to second portal a little bit cleaner, a little bit safer, because I'm not gonna have to worry about health as much. Yeah, so I have my apple and I have my pearls, and this terrain to second portal, I don't remember it, but we'll see if I do it well here. I know I have to go to the right pretty hard, and this is just really open terrain, and even in front of that, it's really open terrain. When I think about going to second portal, when I see something like 2k blocks, I kind of break that up into like, in like, I don't know exactly how to say it, but like, I divide it by 8, kind of. I mean, I sort of divide it by like 10, but I think like I'm going like, I don't know, 250 blocks or whatever. And then from there, I think about how each pearl, if you throw a nice jump pearl, is 70 blocks. And so I'm gonna have to pearl like 4 times to get to cords, or I have to do like a really long pearl like what I did there, which was like definitely over 70 blocks. Is like 100 blocks, and I kind of just draw a line and think about that distance in my head. It's not perfect, and I kind of just wing the math, and I kind of just send it a lot. Going to second portal there was like pretty good what I did, where I noticed the terrain was open, so I just boated down instead of mining through the ground. I don't have a bucket here, so this is what you have to do when you are doing this portal. Taking that hard of damage is kind of an L, but you're just kind of forced into it. I start my preemptive. I have to be a little bit more aware because I can't break my portal, so I'm not doing it, but it's just directly straight. I don't know what I do here exactly. Like purposely taking damage to silverfish in my head at least, but there's like no real point of doing that. And now I'm just trying to resetting for a 0. I think I was thinking like, should I even go for a 0? He's still in the bastion. I'm so far ahead of this point. I'm gonna enter the end. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna 0. If I don't hit this 0, then like how can I hit future zeros or whatever? So I go for it. Okay, and it's a free ass 0, and I probably do left side obby here. Yeah, left side obby on 94, 95 heights is good. This first explosive wouldn't have done a lot of damage if I did that. If I did right side obby, unless you time it perfectly. So it's just regular beds. I think that was 5, but that was pretty good. Have art. I mean, if you have 3 hearts in your purling only does 2.5 hearts, so you can safely do that. And yeah, just a fine match. I mean, the 0 was easy. I definitely could have played like differently in the fort to save a little bit of time. I could have been a little bit more direct and fast in the overworld, and um, my second portal terrain was like, or my second portal, getting to second portal seemed kind of slow, so there was probably a better decision I could have made there. Nav was just free, and alright, on to the next seed. So, okay, this seed is weird. I complain about this seed after it happens because I've never seen a no iron pick, no bucket, ruin portal enter in ranked. And this was the first time I had played a seed like this, and I didn't like it because I got in my head about it. I was like, what am I doing? I've never done this before. I have to like figure out what I'm doing. Rain gets iron ingot achievement in chat, and I just like I was even more in my head. I was basically just like mentally stun locked this entire game. I make wood tools. I think that's fine. Now I have a flint and steel, and I don't even know like what to do here. I have a looting sword, so I kill some pigs, but I already have 4 gold carrots. I think killing the pigs is fine, maybe. Um, but like who even knows? I probably don't need more than 6 pork chops and 4 golden carrots. So I probably killed too many, and a lot of the time there's no reason to make a wood shovel in the seed. I probably don't even use it, but it's nice to just like have it. And then this is also just extremely weird because I see it's double, triple, divorced, and I don't have a pickaxe. And so now I just am thinking like, oh my god, I have to play this so like weirdly. It's completely buried. Buried stables just sucks. Divorce triple is like nice, and okay, this bastion was a mess. I have no idea what, like, even to this day, I don't even know how exactly I would play this to like be super optimal, but either way, I went there, I got my iron. So far, it's fine. I make my iron pickaxe. I probably just shouldn't have placed the crafting table there. That was just a time loss, because now I have to break it. Nobody was even mad at me. I start this triple on the left here. I know that it's completely buried and divorced, so I can't pull these pigs really over at all, and I have like no pigs. But it's like, okay, yeah, okay, this is what okay. I would have probably done this now too. I have these 2 pigs, I have my gold. I'm gonna go over to the other triple because I know it's buried, so I know the pigs are trapped in there. Oh, okay, there's a bunch of pigs over here, which I should probably try and lure in. Yeah, I give them kind of like a way in. And now I'm going to play this triple and trade all of the gold out at this triple. And that's like a decent plan because the first triple had no pigs. This triple, it's just a little bit cleaner if I just bring the gold over. So I bring the gold over and get these pigs, and I don't know, I have like 7 or something, which is just not a lot, but also I'm overeating. I don't know what it is, but when I have 2 types of foods, I always try to eat the smaller food like first, whichever I have less of first, which is good because it clears your inventory. And I also just like spam eat so that I can get these gold carrots like off my bar. I just like this, I don't know what it is, but the single extra slot is just nice. I go back down here to my trades, and they're probably not done because I give them 60 gold and there's like 7 pigs. And so now I'm like, okay, I could wait for these pigs, but I should have just immediately gone up in Pearl Hong. I started picking up my items I was dumping it. Overall, I'm just like, every like little thing, especially when I'm in a tournament, adds up in my head, and like small mistakes are massive in my brain, and that is bad for turning mental. I have to kind of improve at ignoring the small stuff. It's not a big deal if I picked up 2 items and I have to throw them out and lose half a second or whatever. It is a big deal if I go the wrong way for a 4 or whatever else. And then this is also just like, I hated this because 19 obby, 14 pearls. Like, what? What do? I have 7 pigs in a pit, and now I'm just like, okay, I could play the 19 obby, 14 pearls, or I could go down, get the gap gold, trade that out, get more pearls, get 20 obby, a lot more consistent. 20 obby has been consistently better. Rain's not in the 4, so yeah, he just got, what is that achievement? I think that's Stone Age, but I kind of forget. Grabbed the piercing bow for whatever reason, and then I looted this chest, and now I have 15 quick pork chop. I should just drop my golden carrots, there's just like no use for them. I have so many zombie pigs down here too, and I just like... Yeah, I get Stone Age there. Okay, that's interesting, right? I get Stone Age there, and Rain also just got Stone Age, so that means I know he's like 20 seconds ahead doing the gap. I've never thought about that at all. Okay, somebody just picked up that gold block, which is kind of insane. Trading out this 27 gold, and I'm mining this because I just have to wait for the trades anyway. Worst case scenario, they don't drop the gold, and then if I have leftover gold, that's just fine. That outside stables just that I looted like was pretty unnecessary, to be honest. Did I make an iron shovel? No, I should have made an iron shovel there because that would have been clean, like got rid of my sticks and got rid of everything. Now I have pearls. The pearl hang was really good, by the way. Sending that, if you have a buried stables and you do a triple and you don't get your shit, pearl hang out the top. That saved me probably like 30 seconds or 45 seconds. Rain probably did the same thing. Now I'm looking for this 4, and I'm a little lost on it. He gets in the 4, and I'm thinking, okay, he got to the 4, so it's not impossible to get to. I just need to get to it. And I like redo my pyrite a few times, and I basically just messed this up. I think now like it's fully loaded and stuck loaded, so I know it's within like 6 chunks of me or something like that. I should just be going to like where terrain is weird. I should have pearled there to the right maybe, or I don't know what I should have done exactly, but you just want to try and focus on playing as open terrain as possible because that will have the highest chance of spotting the 4. Also, I'm not close enough to the fort to do this. I don't know why I checked down here. Maybe it's visible with this lower terrain, but I mean, that just doesn't look good at all. Then I start going in this basalt because it's like kinda open, and I'm trying to see if I still have spawner. I lose it, so I re-pyrite again, and now it's stuck. Wait, what? So, I don't know what I even know from that, but there's just a lot of weird stuff going on, and I'm a bit confused, and then I find this crack in the basalt wall, and apparently both of us went through here. And there's the 4, and now I'm like, dude, I'm a minute behind. He's already finding stronghold. How the heck did he have such a fast blaze split? And the reason why he had such a fast blaze split is because he had looting, which I forgot to use. The one blaze go 0 for 1. Another blaze go 0 for 2. And then, do I remember my looting? Okay, if I remember my looting, I would have played so differently. Yeah, okay, so I remember my looting now, and the thing about looting is, like, you shouldn't have to blaze bed ever. You should just get out off of strays, basically. Now I go 3 for 3 with 1 looting hit, and I'm like, okay, hell yeah, there's a thing right here. I know I have a lot of pearls. I know I have... That was a bad pearl, but I know I have a lot of pearls. I know I have a lot of food, a shit ton of food. And then I start my first portal here too, because like I'm just gonna get another spawn probably, and I should just leave off that next spawn, but I don't end up being able to leave. I do my boat eyes like really slow consistently throughout this tournament. I didn't know, but if you just double click really quickly, like place the boat, get in the boat, it doesn't have time to do the little like thing that it does where the boat like shifts after you place it, and so you can just save time with that, and it's like a lot more clean and consistent. So I do that every time now. The shaking my mouse is like I just shake my mouse when I'm nervous and to try and like get myself to like, okay, figure it out. Like I do it a lot, and it's mostly just to try and like warm myself up, move my mouse on my mouse pad to like, I don't know, But, oh yeah, I craft 4 anchors there, and then I just don't have enough glowstone for that. I was looking only at my crying. It's just stupid, so now I only have 1 anchor. And I missed the crit, and then this guy just doesn't give me my rods, and so now I'm just in such a bad spot. Like, I can't bank on a 5-eye. I have my beds pre-crafted, might as well blaze bed, I'm not doing anything else, and then they spawn immediately. It's already in the stronghold, but... And also the terrain that I'm thinking about taking is, I'm gonna take the terrain that's, like, back, out the crack, and then outward, because I think I had 1700 dist, and so it's good for me to go to the terrain that I know, especially when it's really far, and I know that there's gonna just be open terrain that way. Then I have 11 eyes. I probably should have left here, but I don't know. I was banking on him messing up over me catching up, so I play for the last rod, and then he's in the end, and I'm probably to second portal. And he's obviously zeroing because we both did the same thing with the gap, and I can pretty much know that. So I'm banking on him messing up 0, or 0 being impossible, and then, or 0 being impossible for him, I guess, and then me being able to get it. I throw a few pearls and get to cores. That was, like, solid. And let's see this preemptive. I don't have a bucket again. Looks like it's behind me. I might have hovered the portal there, but it didn't end up mattering because it was still just a big spike. Here's the portal room. It's in the wall. I start gold picking to it, and he 0'd and 1. So, to see it, obviously, the big thing was just, like, I misplayed the bastion pretty hard because, I mean, I don't know if I would have done a lot differently, but I definitely could have just been a little bit quicker on my decisions in the bastion. Just like, boom, I'm in the triple, boom, I'm doing this, boom, I'm doing this. And then after that, getting to the 4, I just couldn't find the 4, and then I forgot my looting, and then my eyes were fine. Definitely could have been a little bit faster. Okay, next seed, let's see. Another BT seed. I like when my sticks line up like that, and I have 2 sticks from a tree, and then I make 4 sticks, and then, yeah, now I'm cranking this out. I'm like, okay, this guy can't enter faster than me again, because he's done, like, every overworld faster than me, and then I just start getting shit on by drowns, and now I only have 2 doors, and do I notice I have 2 doors? Probably not. Nope, I water bucket the air. I still hot stuff faster, and it looks like I'm really trying to crank stuff out right now. I enter very low 1 onto a bridge, and I mine in here. I didn't know it was a bridge exactly, but as soon as I start climbing up here, I know it's a bridge. This is just how the lower bridge works, and I start pathing up these staircases. I'd been doing a lot of bastion studying around the time of the rank tourney, so I was really... Well, I forgot like some of the routes by now, but I knew a lot of like pretty much just how every bastion worked. Every single like little pathway in a bastion, I knew like where it would lead to, and so I was just up in this bridge getting this chalice. I think Rain ended up building up. I definitely just went into the bridge way too fast there. Like I should have thought about it more because building up is potentially faster. I don't know exactly. I just don't even know what it looked like, to be honest. I do my pyre there, and that was pretty good. And I think I double checked like the direction of the spawner just to like create a mental note to remember where it is exactly. And I know there's a zombie pig here, but piglins just run through the zombie pigs to get to gold if you just bait them with it. And so now I'm just trying to bait as many piglins as possible. Like, there's not much you do on bridge. So bridge, you have a lot of time to overlap, and so this is just overlap time. I'm just getting more pigs because I want to trade out more gold. And so even though that was really slow, it's just like, it's just good because I loot this chest, and I have, how much I'll be, 7 make a golden apple because I know I mine the entire chalice, which I always do, by the way. I always mine the entire chalice in ranked. I'm not sure if it's correct. I've been made fun of before for doing it, but Firework did it, so I started doing it, and I pearl hang here. This was the biggest mistake of the run. I felt like I was cranking this run out. The overworld was pretty good, except for a little bit of the portal, and then the bastion nav was like solid, and now I have 30 pearls, I have like all this shit that these piglins are trading out, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna grab the gold, because grabbing gold is always good, and then I'm gonna loot the other chests, and I'll be able to leave off of the obby from them. And then I'm like, thinking about it, yeah, my pearl unhangs. I was thinking that might happen, and then it did happen, and now I sent a pearl hang from out there, so it wasn't a big deal. This was like a small kind of thing, and then I go over here to this triple, and the other time loss in the run is that I don't get obby, and I don't get obby. So what I should have done was, instead of pearl hanging, I should have ran over to those triple chests and just played like how I normally do, which was would just be to run over to those triple chests, loot them, pearl hang from the triple chest outward to the spawner, and that would have saved a lot of time. Instead, I tried to do something weird and something fancy, and it did not work out at all. Now I'm trading out for the 20 obby because I know if I don't have 20 obby, I'm gonna have to get through this like weird enclosed bridge terrain back to home portal. Also, if I don't get 20 and rain does, then I'm in a bad spot because 20 obby just saves a lot of time. So I force it out, and on the very last trade I get my 20th. Maybe the gapple could have messed me up, like it almost could have, but I probably would have just grabbed backups if I had 19, and that probably would have just worked. I start making my bed here. I don't craft all the wool because I want to make a bow. Offhanding food during Blaze Split is really nice because you just get a crit and you eat right here, and my axe cooldown is charging out. Okay, well I placed a block for some reason, but your axe cooldown basically charges while you eat, so that's why I offhand food in forts. I build the back of the spawner out here. I've thought a bit about how to build out on spawners. Some people do like 2 on the edge, 2 on the edge, 2 on the edge, which is how you build the spawner in terms of like where the blazes spawn. But the way that I do it, which is just like the back out 3, it gives you like a layer of safety out here on this back block that you can just stand on and know that you're not really gonna get spawned on. And then I usually just do the edges 1 block because blaze is very... I don't remember the last time a blaze spawned like I don't remember the last time a blaze spawned like over the edge of those side blocks. I don't think they are even like basically. So I think the way that I do the blaze spawner, like 3 blocks and then the side blocks, is probably the best just because of how fast you can get it off. When you do the 2 blocks out on every side, it just takes a while, and you also have no safe spot to stand except for the front of the spawner. My blazes and everything just works out really clean there, and so now I'm just like running to second portal with 12 rods. Rain just blinded, and I don't know what the distance was, but okay, it looks like I'm a bit slow. Yeah, my second portal, my end game on the seed could have been faster for sure. Always pop those fire reses when you're digging down. You don't know when there's going to be a lava or a random lava block just in where you dig down, which is honestly, sadly, kind of not uncommon. Yeah, my endgame could have definitely been faster. I think my eye measurements I messed up. I wasn't really paying attention. I was thinking about something else, but my eyes were consistently pretty bad this entire tourney. It was partially because of nerves, partially because I had only been doing Bodai for so long and I didn't know all of the strats, and like partially just because I'm bad. I do a different eye measurement strat now, which is a bit like worse, but it's more fun to me, which I'm also really bad at. But anyway, I don't have to talk about that right now. I'm going for 0 here because I think I have my beds pre-crafted. I don't have my beds pre-crafted. I realize right then when I try to And now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go crazy because I did so well this entire seed, I can't lose it at the very end. And so I try to do there, I miss the block glitch on that bed, and I crafted my beds, and so now I'm nervous. I go to 87, and I mess up there, and I'm trying to get my bed off, and then breaks my bed. 87 targeted, I was 88 standing, is the wrong height. You have to go to 86 targeted, 87 standing, and that's otherwise the dragon will break your bed. I was messing up because I don't usually ever do 86. I call it 86 because I use targeted block instead of standing, but I don't ever go to 86, pretty much. Rain also fucked up the 0, it sounds like, and he knows that I fucked up, so he says we suck in chat. And I'm like thinking that's gonna perch here. No, we start chatting a bit. It was the very end of the seed was sloppy for me. I just thought I had pre-crafted beds. I don't know where I thought that when I thought I did it, but I just thought I did, and I entered in without pre-crafted beds. I tried to craft them mid-cycle. You can craft beds mid one cycle. I mean, obviously I was pretty close there even, but it's not a strat I practice. It's not a strat I really do. It's not a strat I advocate for at all. I just don't think it's necessary. And I just messed up the end of the seed basically. Just like small mental things which happen in tourneys. I started to iron out. You'll notice my play next seed is a lot better. Or my not next seed, but next round, because I don't know. I just start to get in the groove of it. I really start to feel myself in terms of in the tourney, and it carries me throughout the tourney for sure. It carries me. Anyway, final one cycle. It's just normal. I use my lineup, and I say I don't know. I'm like I played it well, and then I played it bad basically. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the runs.